I don't know if I'm on or not. They keep giving me these messages. Wait, I think pick for 12 seconds now. Well, hello. I hope they allow me to edit that beginning out. Hi, I'm Zara, Zara Green, and this is Living Clarity. It has been a minute since I came on live, and now that I am over 2,000 subscribers, I thought I'd start coming and getting a little more up close and personal. For those of you who do pay attention and have your notifications on, and it's more and more of you these days, so I welcome you, welcome all of you. And it really excited about the journey because our world has changed. Our world has changed and it has impacted everything that is important to us, including family. Family is messy. Family stuff can be messy. It is difficult to navigate the people we love along with the changes that are being so consistent in our world. So I want to do what I can to help with that overwhelm. I've been teaching families how to get along and to how to understand one another for over 20 years. I have three different publications. The first one was in 1999 with a lot of different tools to really understand personality. So it was really to bring people to the point of understanding their own individuality enough to give other people grace in their space of growth. So family is messy. And family is messy because we're all different and nobody bothered to talk to us about those differences. Yeah, if I say everybody is different, nobody will have a problem with that. Everybody will say, absolutely, we're different. But if I ask to start to really qualify those differences and to distinguish them and then to talk about their relevance and what makes them important and why we need to understand them and why we need to pay attention to them, then that gets to a space where folk are just like, I give up, I don't know, you tell me. So family is messy, but the question is, are you interested in cleaning up the mess? So when we talk about family being messy, then that is an umbrella that has a whole lot of different issues that fall under it. There is a lot that goes into being able to look at family issues and then to actually care enough to modify who you are in order to understand who they are. So let's look at what I want to look at is first, I want to take a look at one of my shorts that really set people off. Um, and this particular one was on parents and their adult children. Although my work is all about families and then understanding in the space that we are in why it is so necessary to understand that thing called energy. And while it's always been important, that is not what they bothered to really teach us in school. Sure, they skated over it in some of your science classes, but to really understand it and how it relates to our daily, all day, all the time lives, nobody bothered to teach us that. And there were reasons for it. So when we talk about family and cleaning up family mess, you can't do that without talking about the energy that each family member brings. And in order to talk about the energy that each family member brings, you have to talk about the energy of the people who are sitting at the top of the family and how much of that stuff is actually being passed on. Okay? Because the one thing family members pass on, and mothers and family, is their culture. You passed on the stuff that you totally believe. You pass on your beliefs. So those beliefs, though, carry with them a certain energy. So the first thing I want everybody to understand is that this conversation is not about fault. Because especially when you talk about parents and adult children, people are really in their feelings. And I want parents to know that I am your best friend in this. You don't have to think about any faults because you feel like you are are being blamed. And that's not to say your children are not pointing the finger at you. I am saying that there's enough accountability to go around. But what this totally boils down to is personal development. And what every person has whenever they are in constant conflict with others is a personal development gap. And every personal development gap can be closed. Okay? So having the courage to look at your stuff is step one. When you have the courage to at least look at your mess, because this is going to start with self. When you have the courage to look at your mess, then you'll be able to move into some different spaces. So now, let me see if I can. What happened to it? Maybe I'm gonna have to go back in and identify that. There it goes. Okay, so I have a post where I'm just gonna let you hear some of it.
No matter what, mama, daddy, you gonna lose that argument eventually.
That children have to
There
listen
are
to
many
you no matter
children
what.
who have been conditioned and guilted
Adult children.
into staying around, regardless of what you do or how you've treated them. But they're waking up. They come through you, baby, but not for you. And this I don't owe my children anything crap. What you owe them is to treat them with honor, esteem, and respect. The parents who command it but don't understand that their children came to teach them too. Ooh, child. You
Okay.
know the conversation that parents are eventually going to lose?
That's how it started. Okay. So now I'm gonna go to some of the comments because they're actually very painful. They go from Zara, you need to do an in-depth series on this topic, great content, to some of the children of adult parents who have left their parents. One person says raising children with extreme authority and control does not mean fundamental respect. My parents were bosses, not leaders. Respect is earned, not owed or owned. Your adult children do not owe you anything. That's some deep-seated. I'm tired of you, mama, daddy, and we have to hear that. Okay. Thank you so much for this. We see so much conversation around children obeying and honoring their parents, but you don't see much instruction on even an acknowledgement of parents who demand respect and honor in an abusive and manipulative way from their adult children. I truly, truly appreciate you posting this. And these just went on and on, y'all. There are many of the young adult children who are basically just saying, mama, daddy, all I want you to do is hear me and to consider that that how I am with you right now, there's a reason for it. And I am no longer 12. You can no longer just command me to do things. And what I'm saying to you is, I promise you that there is a way to have a good relationship with your adult children. But it's not going to be because they just submit to you because you command the honor and esteem and respect. This thing is going to have to modify, and I'm telling you, there are ways for that to happen. Will it be challenging your beliefs? Yes. Will it be challenging your own culture? Yes. Will you be challenged in ways that you have never been before? Yes. But I promise you, the relationship with your children will be worth it. So when I talk about family being messy, the fact that you even feel like parents feel like they have to control their children, and some of you don't even see it as control. You just think, well, I'm the mama, I'm the daddy, that's just how it is. That may have worked. Not may have, hell, it did work in our time. It worked on me for a while until I got to the point, and I mean, after I turned 50, I turned to my daddy and said, what point is it going to be my turn? Because I am really tired of this, got to bow and yield to you. Um, and because we come here for our own path and purpose, but we've been conditioned that there's a certain way that we're supposed to live in order to, and the way, and being told how to honor our parents, when at some point that does need to become a two-way street. There are a lot of people who are teaching that that starts from the very beginning. Now, I am not really, I'm not in that space of trying to tell parents how to parent young children. Although I think how you start is probably how you finish, or why it's so hard for some of you to break it, because you've been doing it for, that's just how you've been. But there are people who, and I hate to even use the term because it just triggers a lot of people, are on the gentle parenting, but gentle parenting does not mean no discipline. I'm very clear about that. But once you have adult children, you certainly can't pick them up and spank them and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of turns in other ways. But I'm telling you, there's a way to close every personal growth gap. Are there some adult children who are just outright disrespectful? Yes. Are there some younger children who are outright disrespectful? Yes. I'm telling you that there are some fundamental tools of understanding human nature that will begin to immediately make all the difference for you. And if you haven't already, check out my links, and I'll put a link in below here where I have some tools that can help you. I have a lot of videos here for absolutely free that can help you. But for those of you who want some more in-depth help, that's what I do. Closing personal growth gaps are for you, and the people around you just happen to be able to benefit from it. So when we talk about parents and adult children, or sibling rivalries, or you're being in a romantic relationship where you can't seem to get along, if you understood just some basic fundamentals, airplanes, y'all, just bear with me. If you understood some basic fundamentals about human nature and personality differences, because we all come here with a spark of God. And I ain't getting religious on you because that ain't what I am. But that spark is the stuff that you know you damn good at, and can't nobody shake a stick at you for it. That spark is everybody has, but everybody's spark is different, and it plays out in different ways. And one of the main ways is through personality. Now, our personality then has what ends up being some good stuff or some not so good stuff. And when you got that good stuff and that not so good stuff, then it's up to you to start to balance that stuff out. Most people never get any instruction on it, don't understand it. So we've got these really good things and we got these really not so good things as individuals. That is why this walk is such a personal walk. Your journey in life is very personal, because the stuff you got versus the stuff everybody else got is very different. That's why conflict is inevitable. But if you understood the fundamentals of individuality, if you understood the fundamentals of who you are and who the person you're in conflict with is, you would automatically have more grace for them, because you want other people to have it for you too. And that is what I've been teaching for over 20 years. That is what my main system is about. When you understand that, then much of your family messiness can start to clean up. But when we talk about by the time you've gotten to adult age as a child, then there is so much hurt and pain. And a lot of us learn to get what we need through manipulation. Don't even recognize it's manipulation, because a lot of that is part of your personality trait in what would fall under the not so good category. We got the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of that has turned straight ugly, and because you've been practicing it your whole life, you don't know how to do anything other than. And I'm telling you, there are indeed ways. That is the first layer of being able to get through that. Then to understand all of the different ways that we differ in our individuality. And so that's what a lot of that foundation is in running and understanding the fundamental tools. Then, y'all, we got to look at at the world we live in today. Because a lot of people, and remember, y'all, I'm over 50. So a lot of people, once they, get into those 30, 40, 50 years, and they're not as rosy as those earlier years, that they want to return to those earlier years. They want things to go back to being what they were. We ain't ever going back to none of that. And here, as we sit in 2023, our world has completely changed. In the US, in the UK, our world has completely changed, and there's so much deception that has come to light. And many people are still opting not to see it and just want to go back and return to what life used to be. We never are, y'all. We will never, ever be the same. The world will never be what it was. It can be a lot different, though. And for many of you, it means that the people that you came to not get along with so well, now you're having to be closer to because you're needing each other more. I'm telling you, this is the time to clean up the junk. It's the time to clean it up. And there are tools and ways to be able to do that, because our life, as we knew it, will never be the same. These changes are not about to stop happening. We are not going to be able to return to nothing. We have to learn some new tools so we can move forward, okay? Now, that's going to take challenging your beliefs, challenging your conditioning, but I promise you, if you're willing to do that, then when your personal life gets better, then you change, and the way you see your entire world changes. When you make the changes by understanding these fundamentals and really looking at life, then you'll know if the people you're in relationship with, what you need to do with them. Are these relationships so harmful that you do need to let them go? But how do you know when to do any of those things? Because some relationships are indeed so hurtful, so harmful that you need to release them. But how do you know when, and how do you know why? That's what I'm talking about, getting to the point of understanding. And when you look, when you really go to get schooled on the things they failed to teach us, the things that make all the difference, because who does it help if you stay always depressed and upset and always in flight or fight mode? It helps all the institutions, all the stuff that they've established, all the cornerstones that they have taught you to trust in. The corporations in order to earn, the medical communities because you stay sick, because you haven't tapped into your own brilliance and your own Christ consciousness and who you are. And again, I ain't religious, so this ain't about being religious. This is, see, when we talk about manifestations, you can manifest a fabulous life and have wonderful relationships. And a lot of that might have to come after you release some family members that you are still trying to hold on to, that will never, ever mean you any good, and that you will remain sick for the rest of your life as long as you're trying to hold on to them in the ways that you are. See, cleaning up the family means cleaning you up first. And that is what I'm talking about, guiding you through. I ain't no better than you. Nobody else is any better than you. Nobody can tell you what to do on your journey better than you know what to do. But you got to have the tools. Once you have the tools, you can make decisions that are right for you. I want to thank y'all for being here. For those of you who have not, then check out the links below. I have a whole playlist on parenting and other playlists on family and relationships and all of that stuff. And I invite you to join me in this with this new product launch. Right now it is in pre-sale. It's in pre-sale. There's going to be a last chance, a last call price, and then after the release date, that price will go up. But for those of you who get in early, there will also be some sessions, because there's some free stuff you're going to get right away, which is my system. You get that right away to be able to help you with your family matters. All right? It's your life. Choose it just as it is. Own it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Change it as long as you can breathe and learn. It can get better. On this beautiful rooftop day in Central America. Ciao for now. Ah! How do I stop it? I didn't know. Thank you for joining me. I don't know how to stop it. I really don't. Dear God. All right, I need to do more lives, apparently. Ah! I don't know how to stop it. My. All right, y'all, that's what I'm trying to do. Welcome. I see you join. I don't know. My God. Um, oh my. Mm, this isn't, all right. Not okay. Oh, let me see if I can. You see the view? Well, at least I can show you the view. Is the view amazing? All right, I thought maybe if I got up here I could see better. I don't know how to stop the damn live. What the hell is happening? Yeah, stop it.